Welcome into the Ringiverse. This is, of course, the Ringers Nexus podcast feed for all things fandom. We are Steve, the architect, Ahlman, the builder and tinkerer of things. Jomi, the explainer, Adeniran. You've got questions, he's got answers. Old man Van, he of the receding resurgent hairline. Cold baby Chuck, the 24-karat closer. Together we are known as the Midnight Boys. We'll be right back after this.
This episode is brought to you by Nintendo. The best fictional worlds are the ones you can't wait to revisit. The Nintendo Switch 2 system is packed with adventures, whether that's exploring exclusive games like Animal Crossing, New Horizons, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, Mario Kart World, and Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, or Nintendo Switch compatible games like Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. And with upgraded hardware, it's easy to jump in anytime, anywhere. Learn more at nintendo.com/Nintendo Switch 2. Games and systems sold separately. Some Nintendo Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Games rated E for everyone.
Okay, so follow us on socials. At the Midnight Boys Pod on Insta, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. I don't know if I said that.
Why would you
at Ringiverse on Insta, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Jomi.
Why don't you care about me?
I care.
You don't, though. You really don't. That's hurting my feelings.
I don't know. What am I saying?
I got a job to do. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
No, you don't though, because you just hating.
You have a job to do.
Another person at this company who don't care about social.
Who?
Wow.
Right? Wow. It's crazy.
What? I care about
That's
social.
Crazy. You don't though.
Yeah. I got a lot of stuff to do, so I try to support where I can.
Where you can.
Yeah.
This
I can.
guy.
I got a lot of stuff to do. I care about social. I care about helping.
Coming out.
How could you look at me?
I'm looking at
and
what?
tell me I don't care about your job here.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah.
You know what? I could reveal some things.
Talk to the people.
I could reveal some things.
What you trying to do?
And like I could reveal some things.
No. Because another day.
I could reveal some things. More than anybody. I care.
No. There was some other times. No. Because you know what I'm saying. Not today though. Other days, let it slide. Not today though.
Well, I'm gonna remember that. I want you to remember it too. I want y'all to remember it. Well, I want y'all to remember that. I don't care about your career. All right, nigga, tell us about this. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about something else about I don't care. We went to Jomi's birthday party.
Yeah.
How's that? We went to Jomi's birthday party.
Great party.
And it was a fantastic party.
Beautiful family.
Beautiful family. Like ridiculously beautiful family. Great family. I saw two things happen at the birthday party. One, the Nigerian sequester continues. There were two different events.
I knew
one was Jomi's birthday dinner, and the other was the birthday party. Now, I know everybody now. These are some beautiful, amazing black people.
I gotta push back on this, bro. This is a van
agenda.
Agenda, man. We not doing this.
But you know how I know that it's not?
No.
Because they know. They know. You guys can say that because part of the bit on here is to go against everything that I say. Cool. Right. But
bit on here.
But they know.
They know.
Two different times. Number one, at Jomi's birthday dinner,
right?
They all had a table together.
Because they know everything.
True or false?
That's true.
True or false? They all had a table together. Then at the park, everybody was under tents. And we're all chilling and we're all having a fun time and stuff like that. There were two different Nigerian tables. There was a Nigerian table over there with the older folks.
Okay, but this is also his family.
Which I get. And then the same group of people that were in the hug at Jomi's birthday party last year had their own table over here.
This is a family and friends who have known each other for years. Mm-hmm. What?
So here's what I will say. Them sitting at the other table instead of under the tents, you got them. That's tough.
You.
That's like I just know the optics. I even came up to you was like that's tough. I don't know.
But are they doing it because they're Nigerian and they don't respect their African American?
They're doing it because they don't really fuck with us like
that's
that.
That's not true. The unk table, you gotta calm down.
The unk table I like the unk table.
The unk table was.
I love them, bro. I talked to them. I like the unk table. First of all, they was fly. They prayed. By the way, I want to let y'all know something. Jomi's uncle came up and did a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the blacks that were there, Charles, of course, hadn't arrived yet. But most of the blacks that were there, we bowed our head and we prayed along with this man as he blessed this party, blessed Jomi's life, and blessed the food.
Right.
Well, so the white people looked at this guy, did not pray. They looked at him as if It was PBS.
Steve,
That's not true.
You're lying. You're lying.
That's not
I
true.
wasn't
Steve,
even
did you
gonna
bow
call
your
out.
head?
I wasn't
Did
even
you
gonna
bow
call
your
you
head,
out.
Steve?
You're
Yes, I
lying.
did.
You're lying.
I looked at
That's
Lauren
a
and
lie.
we looked down.
It's a lie.
I
He's
looked at
lying.
Lauren.
Wait,
We
why'd
looked
you
down.
have to look at Lauren? Why can't you bow your
He
head?
didn't bow his head. I wasn't even gonna name you. I was just gonna say because there was a contingent, but we looked directly
Our
at
white
you.
ringer colleagues.
Oh, so why was
Ain't
you?
your
Oh, so
deference?
you
Ain't your
bothered
respect?
to look your
We
head up
looked
at me.
like
Looking at my business.
Kalika was like, I'm not even gonna say what she said.
What did she
Wait,
say?
wait, no, you gotta
That's
say
it.
it.
You have to
Nah,
say
you
it.
gotta say it.
No, I can't.
You
What'd
gotta
she
say it.
It wasn't nothing bad, but it was just like,
What?
'Cause,
At me?
Like y'all were over there sitting and looking at the man, and nobody bowed their head. Nobody showed difference. It's a cultural difference. It's not a bad though. You getting touched? Don't get touched.
I learned about
touched.
prostrating.
But what?
Dobala, yeah. So, and you know what I like? This is all we got.
He was showing y'all white people the way.
We have to talk. We have to talk about House of Dragon, but at some point. But prostrating, when you meet an elder in Nigerian culture, you gotta like.
They drop down and give me 10.
You gotta like how you're supposed to do it. Lay flat like a push-up. You're supposed to go down all the way. Now we're hip now. We're cool. So really, you just gotta like
Touch the ground.
Just touch the ground. When you see somebody older, just be like.
Like you're lining up in football.
Yeah.
Okay.
I promise you. And so, like for the most part, like a lot of my aunts and uncles who I usually do that for, they're not there. But like if like you'll see my sister getting married next year, I'm sure you guys will be there. I'll just be like, yes, ma, hello, ma, and I'll just like go down on the ground. And if you don't do that, it's disrespect. They're not gonna let that slide. That's the one thing Nigerians not gonna do is let disrespect slide.
So like I'll be honest with you. I want to react in a real like, whatever way, but every culture has their version of that. Where I'm from, you don't necessarily do that, but what you do is like whatever they say. Like legitimately. Like if you're at a Lathan family gathering in Maryland and somebody gives you the keys, at my age, somebody gives you the keys and say, hey, drive to New Orleans and pick up your cousin from the airport. You got to drive to New Orleans and pick up your cousin for the airport.
Uh-huh.
Like while we don't have that type of situation, it is heavy on the elders. And when I say that, I mean that happened. I mean you're at a family reunion and you're being asked to drive. Somebody comes to the side like you did to Ayo. Like somebody
Exactly
comes,
like
somebody
Yo, you gotta stop talking to Ayo like
you gotta
that,
stop
bro.
doing
Nah.
like that.
Like,
You got, Jomi,
You shits on
Jomi, we gotta get into House of the Dragon. Jomi, you gotta stop.
Nah.
You like Jomi?
Bro. I've never seen
He's like,
nothing
I
like
hate him for real.
Bro, you gotta stop, bro. Like it's like Jomi.
Let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's be for real.
Okay.
Let's lock in.
All right, bro. And this is not to say that like Ayo no bitch ass nigga because he not at all. Like he not at all. But like Jomi, hey, go. And
Nah,
he's like-
he's strict with it.
and then like, hey, looked at the sister was like, hey, talk to him. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening, bro?
Playing around.
All right, cool.
It's a great Saturday though, man.
It was a
Thank you
fun-
guys.
amazing Saturday.
I
guys
want
coming on.
to like see somebody. I want to witness somebody like catch the ground for one of the elders. I would never do it, but I want to witness someone never. I would never.
So if
Ever.
you were marrying a Nigerian woman, you wouldn't like to show.
Nah,
All right, so it's over. No, I'm
Really?
serious.
I'm not. No,
Bigger than
I
the
can't.
program.
it's really
Bigger than
fun.
the
I will not
program.
get on
Bigger than the program. See?
Not bigger than the program.
I don't
Bigger
fuck
than the
with this.
program.
That is
I
the
don't fuck with
definition.
this at all,
That
bro.
is the
Guys,
definition.
Nah,
No,
nigga,
it's
no,
not.
Bigger than the
no,
program.
Guys, listen.
That's the
listen,
definition
listen.
of bigger than the
Listen.
program.
Deference to you, deference and all of that stuff.
You won't touch
get
the ground?
I can't get on the ground, guys. I can't. That's a bridge.
So
too
this
far.
is
if I was in the culture, that would be one thing. But it's not like if I can't get on. I can't.
this is insane. This you see, bigger than the program. You the star. You always got to be the star. You always wants to be the star.
I'm not getting
You
on
got
the
it.
ground, bro.
You got
Like,
it.
I'm sorry. You gonna get on the ground? You'll do it?
For my Nigerian queen,
No. So you'll get on the ground. Like
if her grandparents, whatever, just like, hey, yo, sign of respect, yeah.
I would get on the ground.
My light skinned ass, you know what it would look like me like. I'm not like.
Here's the thing. You don't have to do it all the time. You have to get on the ground all the time.
I thought it was like an initial like
Initial, you have to
just to
sell
show
out.
respect
You
to
have
the
sell out.
elders.
And then they'll be like, hey, get up. And then for the most part, you just get down, just like,
Just
hey,
touch it.
I don't
Just
think
be like,
dog.
So every
Okay.
time you touch it,
All right, let's
but
go. We're on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Y'all stay on y'all feet, man. You can watch every Midnight Boys at House of Art episode on youtube.com/@Ringerverse and also on Spotify. Program reminder, stay tapped in to Talk to Thrones every Sunday. This Friday, the Midnight Boys return with their instant reactions to Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Come on.
That crept up.
God
Here.
damn.
Come on.
On today's show, we give you our instant reactions to the latest episode of House of the Dragon. We're going to be spoiling everything that happens in this show and past Game of Thrones shows. Entire ball of wax. Steve, spoiler warning.
We're getting ready to talk about
House of the Dragon.
You're listening to a reaction podcast. The spoilers are coming.
Okay, to begin our reactions, we once again bring you the Midnight Manifest, putting you in the know. Chuck, take it away.
All right, this is your Midnight Manifest for episode 6 of House of the Dragon season 3, directed by Lonnie Paris-Stair and written by David Hancock and Cheyenne Poppet. So Kristen Cole is ambushed by Oscar Tully and Lord Roderick. He's shot with 3 arrows as Rhaenyra's forces kill his men. At the Queen's Council meeting, Rhaenyra's advisors argue about what to do with Ormond Hightower. Daemon wants to burn innocents to the ground while the rest of the council urges against his Targaryen need to conquer. Rhaenyra demands Daemon finds the traitors, killing the Gold Cloaks, while setting up an assassination plot of her own against Ormond and Darren. Rhaenyra's dragon riders are getting antsy in more ways than one. Ulf abandons his post to reunite with his drinking buddies at the tavern, but is caught by Daemon. Hugh sneaks into the Reach to reunite with his wife, but she rebuffs her husband and all that he's become. Baela and Alyn continue the Westerosi tradition of bumping uglies with your kin. Alice Rivers shows Aemon 6 dormant dragon eggs and convinces the prince that they'd make a good team ruling from Harrenhal. Alice and Helena are captured by guards after their failed escape attempt, infuriating Rhaenyra. To smooth her latest bungled operation, Alicent reveals that Helena is pregnant but trades information on Aemon's whereabouts for mercy. Rhaenyra sends Alicent and an assassin party to Harrenhal to take care of Aemon while still imprisoning Helena. After Sir Gawain saves his family from Rhaenyra's fake Baratheon assassin scheme, Ormond returns the favor in kind. Corlys and his men are attacked in the night by the Hightower forces. And that has been your Midnight Manifest for House of the Dragon. Instant reactions, Van.
I love the episode. I think that I was... seeing the way the arrow dramatics in this season are crazy.
People getting shot by arrows.
Man, out of
Great.
the blue, just in your face. Like Kristen Cole thought that he was going to get. It was an interesting way that he went out. He envisioned his death differently. He thought that his death would bring about this freedom and this magnificent end. So the way he wanted to die was in this glorious battle that he felt like was commiserate with everything that he had been able to accomplish above his station, but he was killed basically like someone that didn't fucking matter at all. So he didn't get what he wanted, which I
laughed
thought
a little bit.
I loved
Get
it
his
too.
ass out of
Like,
there.
it- it-
I'm tired of him.
No, because to your
yeah.
point, and this was a great part of the show. Like last week, he gives this speech. We're feeling like he's this grand hero.
Yeah.
He takes out Allison's handkerchief just one more time.
Thunk.
You're like, all right, he's gonna go. It was like they were setting up like a John at the Battle of the Bastards
One last
moment where it's
stand.
like,
Yeah.
oh shit, he's
1
going
v.
against the
1,000.
army, and they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, damn.
this show has always essentially been about people not getting what they want.
yeah.
Any iteration of Game of Thrones besides A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. But this show seems to be more about that than even the first Game of Thrones is, just
Yeah.
because there's a smaller cast of characters that have this like direct want in a civil war. Anyway, I'm not going to be typically hyper verbose about the entire thing. I love the episode. The episode had the right mixture to me of like Game of Thrones mess. Like there seems to be a love triangle amongst the blacks of the show, which I really enjoy. I love that.
Wait,
type of
wait,
shit.
which blacks?
Well,
The blacks?
no,
or
not
the
the
blacks?
blacks.
The blacks.
The
blacks.
The blacks.
Blacks.
The blacks. It seems to be that was
All right, wait, can we just go straight there?
Go for
Because I was like, yo, nah, her uncle's trying to press up on her. Well, all right, so this is how I read the scene. Baela seemed a little bit like on some, hey, yo, Alyn,
she like Alan better.
She like Alyn
And
better.
Yeah.
Alyn
The
was a
other
little
one-
bit like,
The other one, I noticed the way she rebuked him in the last episode, where he was like, "Lady Bella is tired" and stuff like that, and she went, "Hey, nigga,
Don't
I'm
speak
not.
for me.
Don't speak on me." Like he was giving us. She like Alan. She like Alan more.
Even
My bad,
as-
Steve.
Alan was trying to do his thing, right? Alan,
Yeah.
she was like, "Yo, like you're very dutiful." He was like, "Hey, I try." He was really humble about it. He was doing his little humble gimmick. She like him. That's good for Alan, man. Way to come up.
I think it's actually like a big character moment for him because he's very much a meek and meager character in the lights of all of these other people that he's been told are his betters for all of his life. and for the first time he actually like went for something that he wanted and like kind of and took his place.
I don't see him as
amongst
meek at
these
all.
people.
Alyn?
I don't
I
know
mean,
if
meek
he's-
in the sense that like he doesn't feel like he wants to like cuss his dad out for not like actually.
He
legit-
doesn't cuss him out, but whenever his father says something that he feels like runs afoul, like it's like his father goes, like, I'm sorry that I forgot you. He's like, we weren't things to be forgotten. Like he doesn't like.
I mean,
he
even
won't
in this
step out of-
episode where he's like,
Yeah.
your anger hasn't run out, and his dad is still mad at
Mm-hmm.
Rhaenyra, and he's like, hey, yo, it took you even longer
Yeah.
to claim us. What are you
Mhm.
talking about?
He won't step out of line though. Like he won't do anything
because it's
that,
not
like-
his way.
Exactly, but I think that's what he's
Yeah. Well, it's not what I mean is though. But like he don't get run. He don't get run over.
No,
It's like
no.
for a long. His father, I feel like, had to earn it from Alyn.
Mhm.
But can I be real? Because this was a very monumental episode to me because I had to really dig deep and look at how I view the world. Because usually I'm like, when nieces and uncles and nephews and aunts and cousins is fucking on this show, it's
white
usually
people.
white folks. I'm like, yeah, that's white folk shit.
Yeah.
When it happens to our brothers and sisters, I was like,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I was like, this is something new. Okay.
You ain't like it. You ain't
Can I
like
say
it.
something? They did that on purpose.
Okay.
Why is that?
They wanted black incest on this show to draw us into their fucking pit
Right.
of they wanted it.
Right.
They just didn't have enough black characters on the show to even have incest. They didn't even have it before. But now that they got them, they was gonna be like, hey,
Wait,
guess
Do you
what?
count this as a form of inclusion though?
Well, it depends on how you look at it. There's some
Right.
white shit that we don't want to be included in. Guess
Well,
what we don't want? That's
understandable.
what we don't want. That's what we don't want to be included in, nigga. NASCAR, don't care. Have a NASCAR.
I don't wait. You can't speak for all black people. Like,
I'll speak for myself.
You
what
don't
I'm
want any
saying.
part of NASCAR.
I'm saying
okay.
this.
I mean, yeah.
I'm saying this. NASCAR is not unfun, but I don't give a fuck that there's no representation in NASCAR.
That is
if you
true.
get represented in NASCAR, I will support you.
Okay,
But
but you're
if-
not going to fight that
They
fight.
like
I
those
don't
Confederate
care.
flags.
It's
too
not
much
Congress,
over
nigga.
there.
Like you
Okay.
guys can have your car race. You can have it. It's for you.
Okay, so
Some of this stuff is for
hockey
you.
as well.
Bluegrass. Hey, no niggas in bluegrass. Don't care. Like don't don't
Don't
care.
care.
The black people. Shout out to Willie Jones. Shout out to all of the black people that made me care that there's not a lot of black people in the country because all of those. I don't
Right.
care. I don't care if there's
So
some
cousin
stuff is for
kissing,
y'all.
you don't need it.
I would like the more I think about it, we have
Incest. We don't need representation in incest.
but it's only
I think we do.
Oh,
I
damn.
cannot disagree more. I don't think that's
we
not for
want
us.
y'all want
That's
black
not
people
what
to
we're
be
nuh-uh.
to be
Hey,
represented.
here's the
Nah,
thing.
nah.
Like, all right,
Incest,
whoa,
It's their right to have it.
Let me just defend my point.
Go for it.
Please. Oh,
If we
God.
want more representation in our fantasy, if we want black people in these stories, hey yo, sometimes y'all gonna have to bump uglies. Y'all are not above the
above the
program.
program.
The blacks in the House of the
see,
Dragon not above the program.
This the deal. I got my own program. if inclusion mean I gotta
This
fuck
guy,
my
man.
auntie, I don't want to do it. Like I'm just saying, in that situation, man, I looked at that, and at first I was happy for Alyn, and they're a great looking couple.
Absolutely.
They're great
I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. I looked at Baela. I was like,
And he kind of old.
hey, fuck you.
Oh,
What's
damn.
wrong with Ellen?
Hey, you know what's crazy?
What's wrong with Ellen?
Hey, I know what kind of guy Charles is.
What?
Family reunion. I don't even gonna talk about this because people can get mad. Family reunion like 91. A lot of times, if the family reunion is big enough, you meet cousins that you didn't grow up with.
No, don't put me
Oh,
on no
no,
Kevin
no,
Gates
no,
shit.
Like,
no,
hold
no,
on,
no,
just
no,
listen.
no.
A lot of the time,
This is why.
a lot of times,
Hey,
That's touchy.
man.
a lot of times in the
Tread
family reunion,
carefully,
hold on,
man.
listen. A lot of times in family
Tread
reunion,
carefully.
you meet cousins that you didn't grow up with, right? So there's one of my cousins, like sitting down, he was talking about how beautiful one of our cousins from California was. My daddy was like, well, yeah, that's your cousin. You know that, right? And he was like, yeah, but he was like, no, ain't no yeah. Ain't no yeah. He goes, ain't no yeah. That's so-and-so's daughter. That is your mom's cousin's cousin. That's yeah. Ain't no yeah. Ain't no yeah. That's your cousin. That's your.
But hey, genetically speaking, though, they say if it's a third or fourth, it actually helps.
It was second. Oh, actually, it wasn't second because it was a cousin's cousin.
cousin.
So that means it has to be third, right? And guess what else it is? fucking disgusting. and so, like to me,
You weren't bringing this shit up before. It's because we got the blacks doing it now.
I wasn't bringing it up before because it didn't hit home. and now
that's not representation is important. When it's happening to white people,
but here's the thing with Alyn. But think about it from his position, right? Damn, this entire time, my daddy didn't really want to claim me. I've had to get out the mud. Now, Baela, this is a woman from like a higher class system. She's looking at me like, why can't I have my Westerosi Beyonce? Why can't I be Holmes?
He trying to come up.
He shouldn't have done it. Here's
the thing though, and like I'm seeing them, kiss, and I'm like, oh, black love in Westeros. This is crazy.
Beautiful.
This is like the second couple, like
because we had the
Missandei and Grey Worm.
Yeah.
And the first one, like not to like do this whole like, I guess it is a race thing that we've turned it into anyway. Like it's only like the second like two black people relationship we've ever seen in.
And if I'm gonna be real,
the first one was different though because the first one had, I think it was two. Nah, I don't even want to go back to
that.
Wow.
You said the word list.
No, I don't want to go back to the West.
And all I'll say, the last thing I'll say is, Baela was just like, damn, I was married off to Jace. That nigga wasn't shit.
So, yeah.
She see Alyn, he's like, he on the council, he means business.
He's alive.
He's on the
up. Jace was out here on fucking dummy missions.
Dummy, fuck. Yeah, I don't mean to rest in peace, Jace.
Same mission.
Why are you saying rest in peace to the fictional character?
My bad. He was young.
He did die though.
So okay. So all right. So that moment happens. What else in this episode? Ormond shows both strength and weakness in this episode.
So what I thought was I love the Ormond Hightower plot line.
Yeah.
Love it.
In this season, because when Gwaine comes back, seeing how Ormond and Gwaine are not on the same, are not having the same plan, but to also see
Ormond trying to son him at first.
Is trying to son him, and Gwaine is looking at Darren like,
nigga, you with him?
You let him?
What are you doing?
That
scene was crazy. Yeah.
Bro, you ever been in that situation with one of your homies? It's like everybody laughing and you like, nigga,
you sided with him?
We drove here together, bitch. I ain't charging you no gas money. What you laughing with the bullshit for? You fucking with them?
I didn't realize Gwaine and Darren, so they, as people who've read the books, in the books, do they have a closer relationship than Darren and Ormond, or is this created?
This is a show thing, but it's a show thing, but it's very clear how that triangle works, right? Where Ormond and Gwaine grew up together, and obviously don't really like each other. But Gwaine and Darren had this like nice little, hey, this guy kind of crazy, right? Have that little relationship. But Gwaine had to dip, right, because of the whole blacks versus green stuff. Leaves Darren with Ormond, right? And then obviously we get that scene, which I think is really beautiful.
I thought closer kin, right?
Closer kin.
Because
that's his uncle.
His uncle.
That's his uncle.
Yeah.
Right? And like that particular scene, I love. Like when he's like, you'll escort him to your quarters, you see Darren like, hey man, why'd you leave me with this?
Ormond is his great uncle, no? No, Ormond is his sister.
Yeah, it's his great uncle because it's
his mother's cousin.
Mother's cousin. So great uncle, yes.
Yeah.
His great uncle because their grandfathers are brothers.
Correct.
Yes.
Right. Am I right about that?
That's right.
Ormond's father is Otto's brother.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. What does that make him? I'm done.
I think he's a great uncle. I think you're right.
Is it a great uncle?
Yeah,
great nephew, great uncle?
Great uncle, great nephew. Right. So like he's actually a little removed from him,
Right.
And whereas Gwaine is like
His uncle.
His uncle.
like nigga, that's we in the same fucking
I mean, the
shit.
Hightower's moving like a black family because
They absolutely do,
because
bro.
there have been times where it's like I come from my grandparents had like 8 kids, and I'm like, damn. There have been times where they're like, nigga, I thought I'm your uncle. And
One time my Uncle David was telling me about, he's like, you don't have to listen to nothing he says. I'm your uncle. I'm Cookie's brother. You don't have to listen to nothing he says. Don't listen to him. Now go get me a beer. But yeah, so I thought all of that stuff was good, but also I thought it was good that at the end, Gwaine both sniffed out something that Ormond couldn't see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sniffed is good.
Sniffed.
Sniffed is
We're
good.
back.
There you
We're
go.
back. We're back. Hold on.
Man.
Everybody to Jomi.
This is utterly ridiculous.
So wait, basically you gotta hit the Spider-Man pose?
Yeah, you got to do the superhero pose.
I think it's on. I thought it was on like that.
Every time you
It's
see-
more
Every
O-line.
time I see a Nigerian person, I'm gonna start doing that.
It's more like you get a 3 technique. It's closer to that. It's closer to that.
But yeah, and so because not only does he sniff that out because he's been in combat, he can see it a little bit better. So he saves his life, which proves his loyalty to him a little bit and stuff like that. But he also, in a way, tell me if I'm reading this scene wrong. He seemed like more of a man in that situation. He seemed like more active. He killed those guys while Ahlman was showing weakness in the moment, both because he didn't realize that they were there to kill him.
And they smelled like shit.
And also they smelled, so he threw up. So if you're Darren and you're watching that, right, and you're around, you see one of your uncles get busy while your other uncle, even though he's super, super dangerous, he's retching and throwing up and all of that stuff.
But it's also like very well reflected after the fact when Darren's like training in the field and they're talking out in the window and they're like ultimately collaborating together, knowing that they're with the same ends. But like it's a bit more of a, hey, you got to chill around him because this high tower bullshit that you're on is ultimately going to lead to your downfall if you don't actually focus like I am.
From his purview at looking at both of these guys, it's interesting because he's trying to, it's almost like Mike from The Wire.
Ah, yeah.
Do you remember like when everybody was competing for Mike?
Yeah.
Like Mike was the number one
Draft
nigga
pick.
draft.
Oh, right,
He
yeah.
was the number one recruit.
Mike, hey, shout out to my man, bro. This guy's a great guy, bro. Shout out to him. Mac
I never
Miles.
understood that about The Wire.
What?
I was just like,
About Mike?
no, I understood I love the character of Mike, but I was a little bit like, this nigga not the Punisher? Like,
Who?
Mike.
Like after?
No,
Which
they were like
Allison-
talking about him. Like everybody wanted him. Like, he like a
was just-
superhero in the
he was
hood.
just- what it really was the rest of his friends was some slap dicks. There was really no. It was a
He was
weak
the best
draft
among
cast,
them.
right?
Yeah.
So like Naaman had his problems, Randy had his problems, everybody else had their problems, but Mike out of all of them seemed like the one that you could get the most value out of. So he was good at boxing. Cuddy was trying to get him.
Mm.
He was good on the streets. The not the Barstales, the Stanfields were trying to get him, and he was kind of smart and with it in school. So in school, remember Mike freaked out. Everybody's so goddamn friendly. But that's kind of the thing that's happening with Darren. And it seemed like Ahlman had it clearly, but after I think what happened with Gwen and all the retching, and he talks to him, it seems like he might be feeling the pull of Gwen a little bit.
I mean,
more.
but I also, because they set it up beautifully where Ahlman is trying to son Gwen and he's being homophobic. And he's trying to basically throw dirt on his name, like, why did you come back? And then when the assassination attempt happens, what you realize is you're like, oh, because Ahlman has that thing with his nose, he's very good at playing chess and moving armies around. But when it comes to the nitty gritty of like having to slit someone's
Getting
throat,
busy.
smell shit, whatever. And it was funny seeing like Ahlman trying to make it seem like Gwen was a coward for wanting to go home. And the entire episode, Gwen is like, this is not chess. These are actual people. How many lords have actually signed up with you?
Right.
How many houses do you actually have? You're talking about, what I liked about it is like Gwen has been on the ground. He's seen the war up close. He knows, he's basically, to me, obviously he's not a commoner, but he's not a coward because he's like, no. I've seen what's happening.
This is such a great point, because not being a commoner is one thing, right? But if you have been in warfare, like if you've been to war, there's an experience of the everyman that you understand, because there's not much nobility unless you're one of those guys on the back of the horse going, charge! But there's not much nobility in that situation. You're dirty. They're dirty. You're saving the life of people who are commoners. They're saving your life. So there's a real world understanding and experience that you would have that somebody who's just like pointed and shit like that might not have.
I mean, even think about in the last episode, Gwen basically giving Sir Kristen Cole an out. He doesn't have to do that. That is coming from someone who's like been in the mud with him, being like, you don't have to go out like this. Come with me. Da-da-da-da-da. So it was like a very interesting, I gotta say, the High Towers, I am not rooting for them. I like them. They are so
extremely
fucking
fascinating.
fascinating.
Yeah, I like them. And they were fascinating in Game of Thrones as well. Steve, what you got?
I loved this episode. I think that this was an episode of like plays. I really kind of liked what Alicent is trying to like ply for when it comes to like appeasing Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra actually finally kind of evolving into a ruler that doesn't give a fuck, at least about when it comes to Alicent. Because not only sending her off to kill her son, but really not having any regard for the utility of Helena until she knows that she's a dreamer. That like you actually see the gears, like she sits up and perks up about like the fact that she can be used for something. And that to me is fascinating.
Great podcasting by Steve there, because that was a very interesting thread in this episode. I feel like the frustration of Rhaenyra's rule is expressed more through her relationship with Alicent than almost anything else.
It literally is everything that's wrong with Rhaenyra ruling is with Alicent.
I mean, but here, Alicent was pissing me off. I have never seen.
No. There's a little bit of, there is a lot of that, but it like Utah.
I've seen Alicent all fucking season run around with plans that are so fucking dumb. I'm like, girl, you not talking about nothing. Every single time, she's like, this is what we gonna do. This is what we gonna do. What happens? If
Absolutely
I'm Helena, I
happens.
am looking at my mom like, all right, sis.
Dang, you calling her Rob Pelinka?
Tough.
That's crazy, bro.
Wait, what has Alicent done in this situation to put herself in a place where she can even succeed?
I mean,
Nothing.
technically,
and that's
when she-
why. No. She's done absolutely jack nothing, and that's why Rhaenyra sending her to Harrenhal to kill her son is the most boneheaded thing I've ever seen.
Right.
I have no idea what she's thinking.
Rhaenyra, well, I will say this as well. The only people who are down worse than fucking Rhaenyra for sending Alicent off, I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Dog, can we get some better assassins? Can we get the Hand in here? Can we get some better Every single assassin they send out, not worth fucking shit. I am like, yo, Rhaenyra, you just fucked up with the High Towers. Why are you sending one of your only bargaining chips away to Harrenhal? Are you an idiot?
It's completely and utter like brain fart. I'm watching it happen. She like, hey, I could send one sword. And I'm like, okay, what's that? The dude, her hand of the her King's Guard, whatever, or Queen's Guard. I'm like, oh, she'll send him. That's interesting. I think they would recognize him. She's like, nah, I'm gonna send Alicent.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, yeah,
she's gonna have a very nice hood on.
You're not being serious right now. I get it, Rhaenyra. You got a blind spot. It's not real.
I want to ask you guys something about this regarding Rhaenyra. So, Ahlman says something about Rhaenyra, and he goes, she won't kill him. Won't kill people. She's a woman. She's a woman, she won't kill him. She lacks the stomach for whatever. And I thought that was interesting. We have looked at Rhaenyra's reluctance to kill, even in her own interests, as something that is decent about her. Seems like a lot of people in the realm look at some of that stuff as something that a king or queen, ruler or monarch must do, and think that shortcoming comes because she is a woman. Would Rhaenyra be better off as a lady ruler if she just purged everyone? If she just killed everything that she had to kill? If she just like a lot of this, because I'm asking just because it seems like there are all of her problems are because her heart is so big.
I don't think the problem is her heart is so big. I think it's just the fact that she's a woman, regardless.
Well, so that is actually what confuses me about the show.
Okay. Well, let's negotiate both things. Who should go to first? Who should we go to first?
So your point when Ahlman says that, I take that as of course another person in Westeros being misogynistic against women and a woman ruler. But sometimes it feels like the show wants to have it both ways. It wants to show the transformation of Rhaenyra into a ruthless monarch, a ruthless killer, but it also wants us to be rooting for her in the blacks versus the greens. And sometimes I feel like it's not as, to me, as seamless as a transition from good to evil as, let's say, like, I don't know, like a Walter White. Sometimes it feels like the show still wants us to really root for the blacks, which to
well,
me dilutes it.
So Walter, there's a difference in Walter's character. It's a great character to bring up, or even in Tony Soprano's character, right? Tony Soprano, you give Tony Soprano an out for all of the stuff that he did because he was born into it.
Yeah.
So this is only the only ethics, like Tony Soprano being like a good dad that cares about his children, or every time he does something that's a little bit good, oh my God, Tony's not all bad. And that's only because you know that he was born into this. His birthright is being like a killer. Walter got to a point where he actually says this, obviously, where he liked it.
Yeah.
He like really enjoyed it, right? It doesn't seem like she's having very much fun at all, right? And she certainly would not like the prospect of killing Allison and Helena, although she should. Like, you know what I mean? So like, and maybe she should. Maybe there's a different way to rule, but it doesn't seem like Westeros is ready for the type of monarch that she wants to be. It almost seems like in order for her to get to that, she would have to almost excise all of the bad blood and bad people and get them all out of there.
Right.
And then maybe on the back end, she could negotiate with the rest of the people a new version of King's Landing or the whole deal.
I mean, the math is
Steve's
that
been waiting.
No, I'm good. Good, Jomi, good.
No,
You're
you
good.
All right.
Jomi, you're good.
enough is that. I just wanted to say the math is that she's a woman in this universe, and no matter what she does, it's always going to be viewed through that lens. And so if she goes the Dany route and burns King's Landing and burns Tubbleton, she's the mad queen, right? Like the book would call her Maegor with teats, right? Versus what Ormond says, which is she doesn't have the stomach for it. It doesn't really matter which way she goes. She can't win.
It's true. I agree with that. But they said the same thing about Viserys. And whenever she brings up the fact that she is trying to rule in the same way,
Daemon hated that.
Daemon
He
fucking
hates
doesn't
that.
like
Hated
that.
that.
Yeah.
He doesn't. So part of it
that.
is definitely because she's a woman and she's looked at differently. But part of it is because she wants her rule to be informed by her father, who a lot of people thought was a weakling. Steve,
Right. And that's kind of the framing that Rhaenyra has been in probably since the beginning of the season, very much, because she has had a lot of things that make her a sympathetic character that is now forced to do things that she doesn't want to do because it's against the way that she wants to rule. Whereas in this episode, she's actually starting to lean into the things that makes a type of Westerosian ruler typical. She's being conniving and she's actually being a bit more low standing in the ways that she deals with these things. Whether or not she likes it is kind of immaterial to the fact that the show might be framing her as a sympathetic figure, but it doesn't matter because we might know this outcome already.
Right. Can she stay one?
Yeah.
Right? Can she stay one? And it seems like almost her paralysis by analysis is doing more harm than good.
I mean, I think it is perfectly symbolized earlier in the season when she has to kill Otto. This is a ruler who has to cut twice. And a good ruler does it once and it's decisive. And even if it is the wrong move, great rulers are able to be like, I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to stand by it. Whatever comes, we will deal with it then. Whereas like Rhaenyra's like, well, I really don't have to kill this person. Do we really have to do it then?
Yeah, it's all half measures.
By the time she does it, the habit, you're just like, now you have 5, 10, 15 different fucking problems.
Speaking of getting cut, she cuts herself on the throne.
Mhm.
That's in the book, that's an omen, right? You cut yourself on the throne, like that means you're unfit to sit upon it, right? And part of like the mythos, part of the mythos about it is that like she wanted the throne so bad, she gripped it too tight, and like you end up with the life you got.
Interesting though, it doesn't in the books it says that that's the first time that she sits the throne.
Yeah, so like
that she gets cut.
When she sat in episode 2, people were like, "Where's the cut? Where's the cut?" We get it. We got it here. Yeah,
you love it. You love that.
So how are we feeling about the Dragon Writers? Because they both
they seem like they're out of here. They're done.
Oh man,
Well, so
Hugh's down so
Hugh,
bad.
Hugh, I'm a little bit confused about. It's over for him.
Yeah,
Ulf is
he's
done.
out of here.
Ulf is done. As soon as
and by the way, the fact that they're treating Ulf the way that they're treating him shows that they don't know what the fuck that they do.
yeah, obviously.
You know what you're supposed to tell Ulf? You're supposed to tell Ulf, hey man, look, go in there and do it. You're supposed to treat Ulf like Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
Phil
go to
Jackson-
Vegas,
Phil-
take the weekend.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Phil Jackson, like, go to Vegas, take the weekend. You stay too long, I'm gonna send Michael to bring you back.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they're not doing that at all.
Nah.
They squeeze him so hard he's slipping through their fingers.
It's nasty work. The Hugh one is a little bit more perplexing, only for the fact that like he went to see his girl. She was like, "I don't even know who you are no more, bro. It's been too long. I don't
You
recognize
smell
you.
different. That hurts.
You're not the same man I knew." I was like, "Yo, he risked everything for her in that
Is
moment."
fair? I don't know if that was fair.
You know what?
She's been through a lot, but I don't
She's
know if
been
that was
through a
fair.
lot.
I think that the reason it did not land for me
Yeah.
is because I feel like that whole storyline has been dragged out so much that when she's just like, no, fuck you, it did not necessarily seem like earned. I was kind of like, what am I supposed to
Interesting.
feel?
Yeah.
I feel the opposite. I really like it hit me because there's I can't remember who said this, but like I've carried it with it's like it's not the worst thing that a woman can say isn't no, it's I never asked you to do that. And when she's like, I never asked for you to be this noble hero and be a dragon rider and do all these things for me. I wanted you to be with me, and whatever we came up with, we would have done it together.
No, but I mean, just in the context of these seasons in this story, those two characters to me haven't been built up enough where their relationship disintegrating. I was just like,
Yeah, but
They didn't
I
give a
feel like
shit.
that scene
I
is
don't
all
care.
I need.
But does it how does it land with you knowing that the fragility of that relationship might lead to Hugh feeling like he hasn't gotten anything out of being a dragon rider, which might lead to him switching allegiances?
Because it's just like narratively, I'm like, it just makes a lot of sense that they're gonna lose their dragon riders.
Yeah.
To me, maybe the creators are leaning on that too much, where it's like we
Interesting.
aren't necessarily getting enough time with them actually.
Right.
It's just usually what has happened this season with like Hugh and Ulf is like a lot of times they're just like sitting in a field or like sitting by a camp being like,
This sucks.
this
there was-
sucks.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
think that's
like-
not very
Well, in this episode, you did have Damon smacking the shit out of Ulf
Fucking
and like
crazy.
and embarrassing him. Damon, who is normally pretty, I guess, disciplined and confident, I think this episode has showed him in deep water more than I've seen him for the entire run of the show.
Damon's fucking
Oh
up
yeah,
this
well
episode.
his head is way underwater with the Gold Cloaks 9. He's like literally fumbling around like, yo,
Yeah.
how do I figure this out? I mean, he does do, dresses up, goes in the thing, finds a guy, and kills him. But he does the whole Hydra thing. You kill one of us, two more will take his place, whatever. But what did he learn actually?
Hydra in Westeros. That's funny. That would be funny.
Red Skull.
That'd be
out
funny
there?
if they started back then.
Oh, Hydra starts
If
Origins
they
in
started-
Westeros.
It'd be funny. They should do like Hydra. Did Hydra start with the Freemasons or something? Is that
What if it
Marvel
went all the way
canon?
back?
Was
What if
it?
it went to like the first Neanderthals?
Bruh.
no, because Hickman did a story where it was like Leonardo da Vinci was in that.
Oh,
Was
he
it
did, he
Hydra?
did, he did, he did,
And,
he did,
they
he
made
did.
Shield. And
Yeah,
it was like,
yeah. There was some stuff.
That shield
You're
during the Renaissance?
There's some stuff. It was like
They're like the
Marvel
Templars?
back in the day or some
I
shit
mean,
like
Marvel's 1609 or something
that.
like that.
1609.
if they made that into a movie, that'd be crazy.
That'd be a tough one.
That'd be- I don't know if it'd be good.
That'd be a tough
Well,
one.
they
But
made
it'd be
it.
crazy.
They made an episode of What If. We didn't like that, so
That sucked. But yeah, so it just Damon seemed like he's not good at anything right now.
no.
He's not good at serving his queen because he has his own things that he wants to do. He's so exasperated at court.
Bro.
Like everybody bothers him. He's so pissed
That
off.
Master of Coin was
When he,
so funny.
When he threw the thing at Tor Manley, I was laughing. That was funny.
That was funny.
That was funny.
I'm not saying Damon's right. There is a level of I'm like, yeah, you might have to burn some people to a crisp. You might have to shut some people up.
Dog.
You talking about Rhaenyra?
Rhaenyra might have to get. I'm like, Rhaenyra, you got Damon you got your best player on
I
the
think the
bench.
show is trying to get us to the point to where we believe that she should be more militant than what she's being. And that's almost like a soft acceptance from us that there's no way to be in the throne and be good. It's almost, the show almost is trying to pervert the throne. And her character narratively is holding on to her decency. And it's almost, it feels like it'll be a release and we'll understand when she lets it go.
So this to me though is a dangerous route for the show because to me the ultimate
Interesting.
failing of Game of Thrones was not selling us on Dany's descent into madness.
Mm.
Where when that happens, we're like, this rings false. Like, narratively how she got there,
Right.
but emotionally the payoff didn't seem like that.
It's rushed extremely.
And with Rhaenyra, it seems like they're being more careful, but they're almost being a little too careful. Where I'm just like, okay, no, I understand she murked out, she's in all black, the walls are fucking closing in, she got no more gold cloaks. I get all of that. There's something kind of missing into this descent, not into evilness, but I'm like, we know Rhaenyra is going to have to put up or shut up.
Right.
To keep the throne.
So then I guess the question is, you feel like Dany's descent into madness was too fast. You feel like this one's too slow.
I don't know if it's too slow. It seems like the show, I keep going back to, I'm like, the show still wants us to be rooting for Rhaenyra.
Right.
And I think Game of Thrones at its best, you almost stopped rooting for anyone because you realize this is a poison chalice. And I would like it to be a little bit more balanced, where I kind of just like the Hightowers and the Greens more, because there's less of that feeling of they want us to feel like these are the good guys. I'm like, no one's good here. They're all evil. They're all doing evil things to get to this throne. You don't have to keep showing me that Rhaenyra's decent, because I know deep down to me, she's actually not decent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, she's done a lot of nefarious things to get her way. The more interesting thing is that because she's our protagonist, we kind of start forgetting it.
There's only one thing though that puts a little quill in that, is what it's cost her. So like, so she's done a lot of things, and let's say that it hadn't cost her anything, it would be a lot easier to kind of let go of it, but she's lost 2 sons. And so the fact that she's lost 2 sons and we've watched those sons die in like brutal ways like that, that's the thing that kind of like, the moment that Rhaenyra and Alicent, in my opinion, no longer have any type of bond, it's the moment that severs the trauma that they've had as mothers, which is why it was so interesting that Alicent was so afraid of Helena being pregnant.
Yeah.
It was almost as if she was afraid of her being pregnant because the pregnancy was inconvenient for the lineage of the throne. Of course, it makes her dangerous, but it also seemed as if, it feels as if in this particular show, motherhood is such a violent, brutal thing, and there's such cost to it that she just didn't want another mom.
Right. Well, she wanted to stop that like cycle of violence and like corruption.
And I know that she's already a mom, but she just didn't want another like thing to have to consider. So something else with Rhaenyra in this regard is that like we've watched it cost her a lot, and she's trying to like figure out a way to make that cost worth something.
Yeah.
I mean, just a little like, she left Jaehaera. They were going to leave without Jaehaera.
Right.
So to your point, like, and like not ending the line per se, but to like have Elena just not have to worry about that and cut that cycle off of motherhood and being there for your children and like however messed up way the Greens are, like absolutely correct. That's not, she doesn't want any parts of that.
Right.
At all.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up,
Fucking right.
Corliss.
So I thought they were going to do it to him, and I stood up.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was about to happen. Stood up. I stood up.
You didn't see a body.
Oh, he's not dead.
He's not dead. Nah,
We
he's
know
good.
that. Oh, was there anything? Well, let's finish Corliss, but because we're going to end with Corliss, did we want to touch at all on the fact that Aegon and Larys are basically not in the episode? They are in it, but did you need a break from that storyline?
I didn't need a break from that storyline. I just think that like there's so much going on because we haven't even talked about Aemon and Alice revealing like, oh, surprise, we got
eggs.
6 dragon eggs. I was like,
very interesting.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I don't know the way the dragon eggs work.
I want to ask y'all. I was like, are dragon eggs like? Is this like an N64 cartridge? You just like blow some dust on it and it'll like.
I mean, I'm just gonna pull stuff out the recesses of my mind, but I'm pretty sure like they like to be kept warm, right? They don't like to be. For the most part, they can be like. I feel like those are like stone, right? Because if they're not warm for a long time or they're not kept for a long time, they're stone. However, We know that the dragons died out during House of the Dragon, and then Dany had 3.
That's what I was
exactly. So sometimes they can stay alive. So those could be like those might even be Dany's eggs. Who knows, right? But just eggs. The thing that was surprising me is just like, oh, they just had some eggs in Harrenhal the whole time.
Yeah,
that's a little convenient.
That's where I'm like, that's where I like. I'm watching the whole scene. And I'm like, how long do these eggs stay viable? They can stay viable for a long time. They usually like be kept warm. Like for the most part, again, they like if they're not, they turn to stone. So I don't know
how
if those
old how old are those eggs?
There was dust on them. 100 years.
I'm actually glad though that Witch Lady and Ahlman got to move forward a little bit, because I was kind of getting tired of people coming to Harrenhal and her being like,
Harrenhal sucks.
Yeah, Harrenhal's whack.
Harrenhal sucks. Like I like Ahlman, I like Alice. I do not know what it is about Harrenhal. Obviously, story-wise in the structure, it's a cursed place. But narratively, every single time they go to Harrenhal, I feel like the story almost like stops.
I think they're doing that on purpose, because I agree, bro. Like Harrenhal is dark, it's dank, it has no life to it or whatever. I think that they're purposefully like drawing a narrative sort of cloak over the place to make you feel when you're watching it just how suck it is to be there. Because I agree. Every time they go there, I'm like, we gotta go back there.
Right. You see the established shot, you're like,
fuck, bro. Like it sucks.
And that's why Larys Aegon, that storyline, they out in the wild. They are it's so funny. I do think that the episode probably needed them a little bit, because they're just, that chemistry is so fucking
that scene was great, because it does. I mean, we see this in media a bunch, where we saw last episode Larys read Aegon for filth. Hey, you sucked, always sucked. You had opportunities, you didn't do nothing with it. You're a loser. He asks Jason or Tywin, whichever Lannister twin that is, hey, big dog, have I been a solid dude? He's like, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
And he was like, bet you're not going to tell me the truth. I'm rocking with Larry.
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you? I'm glad you brought that up. You guys, that is such an important thing.
Great scene.
Like, but even more so, it shows that deep down there's more to Aegon than we think that there is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so, like him, that scene showed that he's now to a point in his life where he is seeking legitimate counsel, which means he's actually being introspective. Yeah. The worst thing about niggas with yes men that love yes men, the worst thing even about being a yes man, which is the worst thing in the world I could ever end up being. I end up being a no man because I'm so afraid of being a yes man, right? The worst thing about it is that people that have yes men have no interest in self-improvement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have no interest in the journey of life. They want things easy. They want people to always tell them, yes, that's a gigantic sign of weakness.
Right.
Just a gigantic sign of weakness. It's something that you wouldn't want in a ruler or a monarch or even in a decent person. And so the fact that he actually now finds value in people pointing out the things to him that he needs to work on is like a very huge step forward for the character.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, but back to Corlys.
All right, so Corlys gets got. Right
Or
now,
does he?
we're just looking at, if we just look at the game board, because we only have, I believe, 2 episodes left.
Right.
Corlys is captured. Let's see, on Rhaenyra's side, she sent Alicent off to Harrenhal.
To do God knows what.
So we also have, who else do we have either captured or dead? I guess Rhaenyra's side did get Sir Criston Cole out of here.
Yeah.
That scene was funny, man.
But there's no more gold cloaks.
There's no more gold. So the math is really like Tumbleton is the main thing, right? Like at some point, Rhaenyra's gonna have to deal with that problem.
Yeah,
that's gonna be something to deal with. They're out there, they're occupying places. It's bad. We have Alicent going to Harrenhal, and then Daemon trying to figure out
the murders of the gold
cloaks, and now Corlys has been captured.
And we have 2 dragon riders that on this point, I'm like, they got one foot.
They out the door almost.
And the show is doing this dragon myth like cleverly. So it's like, man, y'all got 1 dragon. They got 6. It's tough. if they flip off and Hugh, it's 4 dragons to 3. It's
So
not the best
Mhm.
matchup, but it's
Wait,
a
so
little more
because
even.
I'll just put it this way too. So Sunfire. So if you flip, there's Sunfires out there.
And it's in Sunfire long in the dying.
Right.
Sunfire's out there. Darren's Dragon is out there.
Sheep Stealer's still on the board,
Sheep
technically.
Stealer's still on the board.
Oh, we even talk about her.
Oh, the Veil. Oh my God.
Oh
yeah.
my God, that was
That
was
is tough.
brutal.
Hey, yo,
That's tough
I'm
to
just
watch.
saying when old girls slap, right? I was like, come on, bro.
We can't do that, bro. We can't. I didn't like the optics.
You didn't like the
I
optics.
didn't like the optics out. Oh,
However, was it deserved?
Probably, but
whoa, Jomi. You're telling me sometimes it's deserved when a black
okay.
queen gets slapped?
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
This is crazy.
All right,
Don't
so-
even. This
Jesus
don't do that,
Christ,
Doug.
Don't do that.
That's
Don't
enough.
do that.
That's enough. Jomi, you gotta go down. Listen, Jomi. All right, you go touch your arm for Jomi. Okay, you guys, that is enough. The show's cooking. We didn't even talk about whether or not we liked the episode or not. Because
Oh, yeah,
I
it was
think
great.
It's
It was
now
great.
assumed that
We
these
got right
episodes are
into the
good.
incest.
I saw Christian
Yeah.
Cole die, man. They tried to give him that iron
Let's
hide
go.
moment where he out there killing 8 dudes by himself. He like, yeah,
You
he
don't
the
get
man.
that. You haven't earned that. Bah, bah, bah. Fuck out of here. Without,
They got to give it to him. Though. They give it to everybody.
Well, he did get to get busy in the one before. I think where they came upon a battlefield and everybody was
Playing
seemingly
possum?
dead.
Yeah,
I
man.
thought that was awesome. So
Yeah, it was
he
great.
did get to get busy a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are done. Stay tapped in to Talk to Thrones every
Butcher's
Sunday.
Ball, baby.
The Midnight Boys return with their instant reactions to Spider-Man Brand New Days coming pretty soon. Stay tapped in to Talk to Thrones every Sunday. This Friday, Midnight Boys return with their instant reactions to Spider-Man Brand New Day. Producers today are Aleya Zenieris, Jacob Cornett, Devon Baroldi, Jomi Adeniran, hashtag Joni's odor sensitivity. Tough. Additional production
That's
from
gotta be
Arjuna
racist.
Ramgopowell. Chuck, take us out.
R.I.P. Sir Kristen Cole. Rhaenyra has a lot on her plate. And if you see Jomi in the streets, make sure you prostrate.